both useless. Maybe healers are worse in dark runs.
I remember days when the sun
I don't think
shone.
so.
And
You know how
laughter
many times
could
I
be
would have
heard
died in
from
that
the
dungeon if I
tavern.
didn't have that healer? Like how many times we would have on like the second or third fight run out of health in the man at arms. He has no self heal, so he has to be healed by someone else. So I disagree. All right, clutter, known cheat. Those are both fine. He doesn't have good stuff though, and unerring. Shitty ones. All right, we'll pull the other men at arms.
The raw strength of youth may be spent.
Curious kleptomaniac. I
His
cannot
eyes
think
hold
of a
the
worse
secrets
combination.
of 100 campaigns.
I think we'll leave that guy right there. All right, I do want a larger roster, and I do want more guys coming through. We'll think about that in just a second. Okay. Am I gonna start looking at items? Oh, more quests needed to unlock. Okay. We do need to level these a little bit more. I think we're gonna spend a lot of time leveling this. I did say I'd make an announcement, so two extra kind of cool announcements. The first is the guys at Red Hook sent me a message on Twitch asking me to give them some feedback on the NG Plus stuff. So I'll be drafting an email for that probably today or tomorrow to write them about that. I'm going to bring up a lot of stuff about Darkest Dungeon. I love the hell out of this game. I have some suggestions. I don't know if there's so much balanced suggestions as they are things that I want to point out to them so they can do their own balancing for their own game. But some things that I think are weak or strong or tedious, like I think things like there's a lot of replayability in running. I'm not going to go through the whole list because I'm going to draft the email. I might share the email with you guys at some point if you want, or I might not. We'll see. But some of the things I want to talk about, things like barrack size, I think is overly small for this game. I think part of the replayability and the fun of this game is experimenting with group combinations, and with the small barracks, you're really limited to how you can do that. But anyways, we're going to be sending that to them in the next couple of days. That will be pretty cool. I thought it was kind of nice that they reached out and asked for that, so we'll give them some feedback on that. That's the first thing. Second thing is I just got some messages from Delnar, who's been working on a change to the Civ mod that we play with. He has been working on for quite a while now, actually, with some guys, other guys, working on things like hybrid mode. So I'll just read you what he told me in Steam. So he's getting to the final rounds of testing where he wants to do some larger group tests. They've been doing 1v1 tests for a while now, and then some free-for-all tests. But this is hybrid stuff: city governor spread, city automation, CS flavor fixes, scout automation fixes, pathfinding fixes, general optimization, Iroquois UA fix, Iron Curtain fix, better puppet AI logic. Who gets the first host, and a couple other things like that. But the big one for an observer mode, but the big one for me is potentially hybrid mode that works. So working hybrid mode is going to be so fucking good, because right now I think the biggest downside of Civ combat is that it is simultaneous and not turn-based, because the system is designed to be turn-based. But the combat is actually simultaneous. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about both those things. Hopefully we'll see some of that feedback get implemented in Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully, maybe not. And then we're going to see the stuff coming out with Delnar. So it's kind of good and kind of bad, right? Because on the one hand, I have no intention of playing Civ until the next version of either the mod or the patch comes out. Either Delnar's version or Fruit Strike's version. And XCOM 2 is coming out, but on the other hand, that's pretty exciting. So it's hybrid mode. It's a way of playing simultaneous when you're not at war, and it switches the game mode to turn-based when you are at war. The current version doesn't really work. So okay, let's take a look at stress. He will only go here, so he needs to go there. He's in my fucking thing again the second time. I mean, this is a 1 in 7, and he's just 1 in 7 me twice. He's a pain. Other than that, we do want to level up the rest of this.
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
Alright. In there. Okay. I think this is doing more damage to our gold than we are saving. Plutomaniac claustrophobia. I'd really like to get rid of one of those. more gold, more damage and gold from the stress healing than we are getting from each round of collecting. It's honestly arguable whether or not I should be doing that at all. I maybe should be tossing guys. Let's open up the roster size once right now and pull just 3 more guys. I'm probably going to pull all 3 of those, throw all 3 of those, but I'm getting overwhelmed by stress right now. Dodge and speed. No. Maybe. No. Alright, so wield. Don't I already have this item though? Are they going to be 2 NQ mods? No, they'll combine it. I wish that bounty hunter would show up so I could actually get one. That'd be nice. And honestly, we might want to go back to the ruins. If we're having to use so much in the way of busts, might be worth doing. I don't want this fucking item though, and I don't want another medium mission. Short mission would be better. Don't want that. Alright, we're gonna go to the cove. I could maybe use this because it just has no downsides, and like when I first get items, this is a short mission too. Do I have a plague doctor available? They're both being stress treated. Okay. I'd say the leper's okay here, but I kind of need to get rid of rabies. By the way, do I want to do anything in this? Get rid of rabies. Yeah, I probably do. And let's figure out what group we're bringing here. Maybe Scully, one of our guys, not this one. Noon Cheat and Clutter are fine. Necromantic, Cove. Necromania is obsession with corpses though, and the Cove actually has a lot of corpses and they're really good. So, what class will be important for this run? I'm expecting Man-at-Arms to be very, very powerful this run. I don't know past that, really. I'm going to be playing around with Grave Robbers still. I think Hound Masters will be very good. I can bring this guy as a stunner. What are we going to... We need a 3rd rank DPS though. If we do that, bring a 2nd Man-at-Arms here. That wouldn't be terrible. Could also DPS with the Hellion from there. Could even run Men-at-Arms as... oh, he has no abilities. I'm going to have to pay for abilities on him. That sucks. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that... I mean, this is so far high enough. This is finally, which I was actually kind of expecting NG plus to be, but NG plus dark mode here is finally enough DPS that I'm actually struggling to complete missions and complete runs, which is interesting for me. Since the rest of it has not really been a struggle. And I'm hoping that this is going to make my item choice a little bit more interesting too. So it's not just all damage, that I might have to run some survivability stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. Jesus, Kleptomaniac, fucking curious, huh? I don't want Highwaymen. They make me angry. Very angry. Yeah, I can guard and stun from there. What could I do as a frontline DPS? I could bring Matter, but she's kind of getting over leveled already. She's actually survived like 2 missions. Kleptomaniac, curious. God, this is so bad. I think it's gonna be 2nd Man-at-Arms. Group seems to be lacking DPS. I don't want to level Highwaymen. They're gonna get thrown away if I do that. Which, yeah, I can just throw them away. It's 1500 there. Oops, wrong one. And 1500 there. Okay. What a Curious and Kleptomaniac do, they make your guy interact with objects in a really annoying way. Kleptomaniac, he steals items from you. And Curious, he just like has a 20% chance to interact with any item he comes across. Which means every single thing like he picks up and does dumb shit with. Okay, I need to get some skills sorted over here. Ramparts. Let's get some skills sorted here. Yeah, these are all fucking useless. And I need to get the skills sorted here. Did I bring the stress heal? That's an interesting idea. Let's try that. And the healer. Okay. Set up. End of light. ED. I tell a noob what hero composition is good. There's a lot of compositions that are good. This is probably a bad run to be asking about that anyways though, because we're on hard mode plus no light, and it's going to be very different. If you really want the safest combination, it's a healer, a frontline damage dealer / tank, a stunner, and then a 3rd rank damage dealer. So like range DPS, melee stun, point blank DPS, and healer. Alright, speaking of stuns, let's grab the stun here. Let's grab anti-stress here. Let's grab melee accuracy on you. Okay, anything else we want? No, not really. Okay, and turn on stuff, hit stun, guard, retribution. Turn on stuff, hit retribution, guard, stun. I'm kind of tempted to play with some of these, but what I'd get rid of to do that would be guard. I kind of like the idea of being able to choose between which man at arms is taking the most of the damage. So, alright. I don't know, Cork. I will probably be running Crusaders in this playthrough, and I'm going to be using Inspiring Cry if I do run Crusaders, which is a torch ability. So, this is a short. Alright, anything else I need? We have a key, medicinal herbs. I'm going to bring 1 holy water just in case. You can get one there and it'd be nice. Alright. What happened with the last estate? We beat the game! So this is our no light run. And G plus no light. Man, you ask the question, someone answers you in chat, then I answer the question, then you ask the question again.
They must be flushed out.
Oops.
And now, the darkness holds dominion.
Okay. Shuffle.
Black
Fuck
as
that.
death.
Did I turn on stun on the Houndmaster? I don't know if I turned on the Houndmaster's abilities. Okay, I get it. Infernal Blackness. No, I forgot to turn on the Houndmaster's ability, so he doesn't have stun in this position, which he actually really needed. That's annoying. Turn on everyone's ability but the Houndmaster. Need to stun this guy since he's got the damage buff. Let's guard here. Oh, I can't guard a guy who's guarding? I didn't know that. Well, we just learned something. Let's get a heal off here. He's taking 3 hits now. Self heal. It's fine. Alright, now I've spent 2 rounds shuffling my guys and doing no damage, so that's pretty fun. This guy still has a damage buff for 1 more round to actually kill him. Sounds like the plus surprise abilities are going to be really good. There's a book of like minus 20 hero surprise or something. I'd really like to do damage here. But healing.
Continue the onslaught. onslaught. Destroy them all.
Ooh, I thought you could crush from position 3. There you cannot. I'm probably going to be swapping some stuff out on this guy then. Maybe take the plus speed one. Kill. 1 health, huh?
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
That's such a big hit. Alright, we need to turn the stun back on the dog. And drop that, pick up that. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4. And which one's my stunner? Right, you. Turn off Crush, which I thought you could use from there, but you can't. And we want Bolster. Or Bellow. Bellow looks terrible. 90% damage, minus 90% damage mod. Gives them minus 5 dodge and minus 5 speed at 100% base. Maybe that's not terrible. Is that better than Bolster? I guess it has to hit. Alright, we'll try a little Bellowing. I've never used that ability because it always looked terrible, but we'll see. I consider bringing it. Why would I want to provoke Shambler fights? What does this one do? What is he plus possessed by demons? Okay. Lightened and nervous. I'd like to burn off nervous. Did we get it? Yes! Nice. Okay. 50-50. We just won a 50-50, boys. Oh god, double thrall? That's terrifying. We just have to start nuking. This guy will stun us too. Yeah. Come on, dodge, dodge, dodge. Resist? That would do.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Not a high damage group, and this is just immediately puts a clock on us. Right, if you have to stun someone, this is the best one this round. Okay, he's dead to the dot. That's fine.
Slowly.
Yeah, he would have acted. He would have acted first before my 2 men at arms.
This is how a life is taken.
So the plan is for stress recovery on this group. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but the man-at-arms, it doesn't have Crush. He starts in position 3. He does his like Bellow or his Retribution early, or maybe Guards early, and then as the fight gets down to 1 guy and we do recovery, he ramparts forward to allow the dog to stress heal. That's the plan.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay. brawl. Alright. I'm gonna try Bellow here.
The ground quakes.
Should guarantee us first remove next round. Could have stunned there, would have been fine. As long as he died. There's a lot of stress damage for an auto attack. Oh yeah, it's fucking snails and their crits, man. Snails are so stupid. They're such a dumb unit. They like do nothing except for every once in a while they just randomly crit you. God, that's a quarter of your total stress pool in a single shot. That's really painful.
Masterfully executed.
Did not guarantee us going first, by the way. Oh, that's gonna be one of the things I asked them. Asked the devs if they're. I wish they would make speed transparent for each round. So the current way speed is calculated is they have a base speed, accurate the speed number, and then they roll a 1d8 and add to that, and that's determined each round who goes first. I don't know why they hide that from players. It'd be really, really, really nice if instead what they had is they had kind of in brackets. So they have speed 3, and then they could have a bracket with the number, with the actual speed for the round. So this could be 3, and if you rolled a 2 this round, it would be bracket 5. So then you could see, you could actually look at the start of the round, you could look at everybody's speed and see the turn order, and that would be really, really cool. So, we'll see. See if it happens. Stun this guy. We need to start healing. The damage there. Is that enough to kill him? No, he's one shy, but he'll die before he can act. Alright, to kill this guy, he's doing a lot of damage. Catch up on life a little bit now, if we can. I think I'm gonna Rampart just because it does more damage. You think not knowing what order is important to the game? I think that's ridiculous. I think anytime you hide information from players is a bad thing.
Unforgiving.
Oh, you missed. You fucking troll.
Precision and power.
It's a good one to keep critting on because he stays alive. Should have stunned there. Should hit himself with it every once in a while. I think we might get a stress hit here. No. Snails are very tanky.
Success so clearly in view. Or Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Is it greedy to shovel here? Probably. So we won't. There's like 100 quirks or something, Porky. You have to do a little thinking for yourself on this one. You know, damage perks on damage dealers, speed perks on stunners, things like that. Stress resistance on anything you can do. I find if you're running runs where you use torchlight, I find anything that is when over 75 XYZ, those tend to be really, really good. I can give dog food to a clam, really? Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that. Does it get super strong and give me like some weird fight such? We'll try that. Do I care that they're slower? Not really. Yeah, I'd prefer to set up retribution. Oh, Joker. I'm trying to get I'm trying to move him to get access to the stress caster. It's not very good. It hits for 1 to 3, huh? Alright, let's try to kill this. Isn't full crit an option against stress? What do you mean when you say that, full crit? You realize that this is +3 crit, not like 3 times, just +3. I don't know where you think we're going to get huge amounts of crit from. The plan is to use Occultists and Jesters. They do have a ton of crit, each of those classes, and so do Arbalists, but so far we've had 0 Occultists be offered to us, 0 Jesters be offered to us, and 0 Arbalists be offered to us, so we're kind of stuck with what we have available, and there's nothing in here that crits particularly highly. Oh, Grave Robbers also have fairly good crit, also have gotten 0 of them right now. So, I don't know. I mean, we have no items, especially items that give crit, so... It's just too early in the game to be saying something like that. That might work later, maybe. But it's certainly not going to work now. Is the stun resist? It is. Alright. I'm actually going to guard here. I don't want to summon back your heroes. I think it's cheating. Just need to do damage here. Alright, they just focus fired the shit out of him. That's a dot too, so he can die. That's really annoying. He's at 1 health and he just healed. Oh, come on. Dead men at arms.
More dust.
That is so fucking stupid. We just they just acted 4 times in a row on our guy before we got a chance to act, and they brought him from full health to 0 and then killed him. That's pretty stupid. That's so stupid, in fact.
A singular strike.
So dumb. Alright. Well, it's awkward. We're almost done the dungeon. Kill this.
The death by inches.
Kill that. don't know if I can get the dog in a position to stress heal from here. I don't think so. Guard. This fight is gonna take like 5 minutes to kill these two. So we have like no DPS left in here. Double man at arms is not very high DPS in the first place. Stacking more speed. Nope. That's not it. Alright, retribution. Which one was it, by the way, that just died? Alright, it's at least the worst of the two. Again, the fastest classes in the game. Ready? Occultist, Jester, Bounty Hunter. Well, Bounty Hunter's not one of the fastest, but he's pretty fast. And Grave Robber, all of which we haven't had access to yet. Should have defendered there.
Impressive.
No, I refused the guard. What do I think of Templars? Do you mean Crusaders? They're fine. I like their Stressio. They grew on me as a healer. I hate them as a DPS class. I used to like them with Holy Lance as a DPS class. Post and Holy Lance nerf, I like them as healers.
On its own.
Oh my god.
Anger is power. Unleash it.
You meant the leper. I think they're terrible. They just got a buff. We'll see if they're any better, but I think they're probably still terrible. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Just longest fight ever.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Can't remember what the quest was. Must have been room battles.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the patch is going to help them either. Lepers did great damage before. The problem was they can't hit the targets they need to hit. 3 empty crates, huh? That's bad news. Pretty sure there can't be anything in the room.
Find no clemency in this place.
Alright.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Bad ones. Could have equipped the helmet trinket, that's true.